Hi, Jordan from Adelphi University here, and as you can see, it's a beautiful day. Most students don't understand how the university decides when to close school and when not to, so we spoke to someone who can give some more information.
Was we have more than 2 snow days. And so once we exhausted the 2 snow days in May, as far as making up the first 2 snow days, we then had to figure out how we're going to make up the time for the third and the fourth and the fifth. And of course, we also had a day that we opened late and we closed early. So we then had to figure out how to just make up a couple of hours in the morning and a couple of hours in the afternoon. And so I had to pull from research day, which is a day where normally we hold no regular classes, and that's not always our best option, but we don't want to pull from the spring break because we know nobody will come if we have classes during the spring break. And then what we do is we really encourage the professors to use Moodle and to use all of our online resources to try to make up the time as well. The provost and I do not actually have any say in whether classes are canceled or we delay school or close early. That is done on the VP level, and so I don't even know when we are closed for the day until I get the phone call like everybody else. So that's not really an issue between us, and as far as making up the time, we work very closely and we always come to a great understanding and agreement as to how to make up the time.
Early in the year, Adelphi University experienced a barrage of snowstorms that delayed and in most instances canceled a lot of classes. We spoke to some professors to find out how they felt.
The classes were ultimately messed up in that my schedule was far behind. I'm given a survey course, so I have to get through a certain period of time, a certain historical period of time within a semester, and I was delayed again and again because of the snow. I mean, obviously this is not due to this university, this is obviously a weather-related issue, but because of the extended snow days, I had to constantly move around papers that were due, I had to constantly move around assignments that were due. Classes were different because normally during certain periods of time I would have done, X chapter, X unit. I had to move around, scheduled like movie dates that I had scheduled in other rooms because, to correlate with the assignment, and so that had to be rescheduled. I tried my very best to do it on Moodle on certain assignments, which the university actually encourages to do, but there's certain things that lose, I guess, finesse when you have them do an online assignment on their own. The lecture helps them understand certain things, and so I use things like iTunes University, even Khan Academy, sometimes to help students when I couldn't get through a lecture. Professors and I have talked about the university delaying in the morning, and a lot of times, for my program specifically, I work with a lot of freshmen, and these are inexperienced drivers, and I think the university has multiple times dropped the ball with delaying classes or even canceling it. These are students that are not experienced drivers for the most part, and especially when you work with freshman students, you become nervous and you don't want anybody rushing specifically to your class, and even that, you have the MTA and the LIRR that are also delayed, and a lot of the times the university does not take into account their massive delays, and so you have people coming into your class 40 minutes after the delay. Or
Students, on the other hand, have mixed feelings on the subject. Even though days have been canceled, a lot of work has been added to the curriculum.
Earlier this semester, the snow affected me by causing me to miss 3 consecutive Mondays in a row. I'd rather stay after class and make up the time that we missed because I don't feel that we're behind in our studies, and I also feel that the review after class helps us refresh what we've learned that day.
Even though we missed a few days at the beginning of the year, and everyone is still struggling to keep up with it all, I know that students and faculty can come together and make the ending of the year great.